Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I got another one here for the series of celebrating the launch of my Discord channel. If you haven't already joined it, go ahead. There's a link. It's the top link in the description down below. We are doing giveaways every single day this week, including today, where we will be giving away a pack for Unlinked. This is one of those I think is a very, very underrated game. And the reason I think it's super underrated is because it's still in phase one, which is a simplified version. Phase two is going to be huge, and I'll tell you that more about that here in a second. So I wanted to highlight it. It comes from some of the same creators as Farming Tales, and they have a few other things that are in the works. And also the people that are actually putting the game together are basically movie makers. So there's going to be a lot of cool things that happen here in phase two, which has me super excited. But I understand why it is kind of on the under the radar, I guess I should say, for right now. But so I still wanted to highlight it, give you a chance to get a pack, give you reasons why I think the future is bright, even though there's a little bit of hesitation right now. But they did make some changes recently that should help the phase one of the game, and we will talk about that here in a second. But before we do, I want to go ahead and say the normal disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please, please, please do your own research and make your own decisions before you jump in any game. Having that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive in. Recently, this past week, Unlinked has went ahead and made a big announcement as far as some adjustments to the phase one of the game, letting you know a little bit more about the phase two of the game, specifically a P versus P mode, which I think is going to be really big. People there's a lot of people looking for PvP, and there's surprisingly few games that offer it right now. So I think this will be pretty big when that comes out. Plus the phase two, which is a 3D version of the game, which actually is it's not fully open world, but it is a massively large world compared to obviously what you can do right now. If you do go into the game right now, it's very simplistic. This is what it looks like. It is a card game. It's mostly focused on running contracts. When you first log in, you get a contract here. You read through it, and you try and guess what are the best cards that go along with beating this contract. If you're right, you get a certain amount of sharp. If you kind of are right, you get a medium amount of sharp, and if you're wrong, you get a very little amount of sharp. There are some spreadsheets out there in the Discord that help you out with this. So please don't try and guess it all by yourself. If you want to, more power to you. That's part of the fun of the game. But that is the game currently. It's a very simplistic contract card game. They're just trying to get you the feel for the game. So let's go ahead through the announcement as far as the details. I have a full, probably 2 or 3 videos around the gameplay of Unlinked. So I'm not going to dive super far into that. If you want to check those out, go ahead and search on LinkedIn. Throughout my videos, you'll see a number of videos there. I'll even put a link somewhere in this video to show you that. All right, let's go ahead and go through this. As I mentioned, one of the big things is the P versus P, PvP mode. It sounds like, if I'm reading this correctly, and I may not be, but if I'm reading this correctly, it sounds like they are trying to get the PvP mode into this current phase one of the game, and which will obviously then translate into phase two once that gets launched. So I think that is pretty cool as far as you can go against your fellow gamers, and I think that'll increase the popularity. It reminds me a lot of Splinterlands, as far as how popular that is. If they add some competitions along with it, leaderboards, I think that's going to be pretty neat addition. I think that'll help boost this higher on most people's radars. As far as the current state of the game, as I mentioned, the contracts is the big thing right now. They're trying to go through the process of simplifying it a little bit, especially from the wording perspective. Some of the contracts can be really hard to decipher which cards go along with it. They've tried to simplify it, but they also don't want to lose the essence of the game. As I mentioned, the main creators of this game are movie makers, storytellers, so they want to keep the lore and the story involved in it, which will become much more involved and much more critical in phase two. Again, we are trying to go away from the clicker games to the games that have strategy and storylines and actual like real games that you can earn coins and stuff off of. So that's why they're trying to keep that feel here. The names, as far as the success rate goes, as mentioned, there's 3 levels of successes. They just adjusted the wording a little bit. There was average, but now it's changed to success. Also, they tweaked the time it's going to take for some of the contracts to go, which I think is good. They've actually decreased some of the time frames. And once the time frames get too long, it's kind of boring. So I'm glad they've reduced a little bit of that time frame. They've also rebalanced it a little bit. We were having an issue where you get the right cards and you'd still get a lot of the medium levels, which is now success, used to be average. They have gone through that process and they have changed that. It is a little bit better, so you have a lot better chance of getting the perfect rating, which is the higher scoring. And also, something that we've been waiting for a little while is the gold frame blending. What is the gold frame blending, you ask? Basically, if you have one of the cards, and let me just, the character card's a good example. If you have this character card, which is Gilix, which is the first character that they were literally giving away with a blend at the beginning of the launch or before the game even launched, and you can now combine that with a gold frame. There's only, I believe, 2,000 gold frames. So if you combine these, it basically gives you the gold card. The gold card, what that does is it gives you higher sharp rewards. Basically, you get more of the in-game token back every time you run the quest. So if you have three oops, sorry, if you jump over here and you have 3 cards, you're getting 3 bonuses. They do stack, so you get additional sharp, which is additional money, higher profits. So they did add that in here, and you can blend any card. uh, Again, I want to throw this out there. If you know your card has a level 1 and level 2, let me actually, I'm going to scroll down here. Sorry. This one's a good example. This axe. The axe has a level 1, level 2, and level 3. If you're at all interested in blending into a gold card, I would go to a level 3. Right here's the level 3 before you add the golden frame. Because if you add the golden frame at level 1, then you need to blend it with other golden cards. So you're wasting golden frames. So just a reminder, many people have been hit by that. I've tried to say it in every single video that I have, but wait till you're the highest level possible, or the highest level that you're going to go, and then go ahead and add your gold frame. That way you don't waste it. All right, let's go through a few more of the updates here. Collaborations are continuing to work through some collaborations. Those will be posted soon. Sharp, they did mention this before. This is in the white papers. This has also been in the AMAs. Soon you will be able to use your Sharp to buy the cards in game instead of buying them on the secondary wax. You market, you can get packs and stuff in game with Sharp. I've said this over and over and over again. I love when games do this, and I hope every single game does this because it keeps the inflation away, since people tend to sell for wax to buy additional cards. This keeps it all in game. You burn the tokens, higher value tokens, and you can get the games or the cards in game. Love this. And the last but not least that I'm going to talk about in this video is the illustration. They're going to have a new illustrator on board that's going to help out with the physical game, and this is the Kickstarter that they talk about. I think there we go. Um, Basically, the roadmap. Um, there's a Kickstarter physical game that's going to go along with this to help promote and pull people in that love card games that are a little iffy on the net or NFT side to combine the two worlds. So they are brought in a new illustrator that's going to update a number of the cards, and new cards that come down the road. So it has much better graphics. And here's I believe, a good example of what they're referring to. And I also wanted to show you a few other sneak peeks. Again, this is phase 2. This is the open world that they're referring to. Huge. You basically, within this, obviously within the borders. I don't know how much they'll have outside the borders. That hasn't been told to us yet. But within the borders, there is a lot of room to run. You'll be able to do it with other people. It'll be like a normal multiplayer game. super excited for this. That's why I think it is under the radar now, because there's going to be so much storytelling. There's going to be so much involved in the 3D version of the game. Very excited for this one in the future. With it being under the radar right now, if this is something you're interested in and if it's your situation, the prices are super cheap right now. So it's a good time to buy, especially before they get into the phase two when it's 3D version and people get a lot more excited about it. All right. Speaking of getting cards super cheap, aka free, let's go ahead and jump over. I'm going to be giving away, and I lost the pack. Where'd it go? There it is. I'm going to be giving away one of these packs. As you can see, it is an initiate pack. There is 2 cards and 1 character in this. Basically, when it was on sale, which is about, I guess, a month and a half ago, it was selling for $15, the equivalent of 150 wax current rates. That is a little bit cheaper now because it's under the radar, but I wanted to go ahead and give one of these packs away. It gives you a chance to start getting into the game. It gives you 3 cards. You need 3 cards to play, 1 character card, 2 equipment cards. So it gives you the bare minimum to play. Um, you have to decide whether the cards are right for the contract that you're running, but it does give you the bare minimum to go ahead and get started. If you want to go ahead and join that giveaway, there is a link in the description. It is the top link to the Warrior Lion Community Discord. Once you're in there, you're going to go ahead and you have to do your verification process. Once you connect into the game, you're going to get a DM from a bot called Double Counter. Go through that verification process. If you're using VPN or you're using a separate account of someone else that is on the same IP address, you'll probably get flagged and won't get approved. I had that happen a few times over the last couple of days. So turn off your VPN, go ahead and get verified by the Double Counter, and then go ahead through the normal link process, which is a standard of all Discords on for Wax. Once you have that, you'll go ahead and be able to get into the giveaway channel. And in the giveaway channel, you'll see something here. It is not showing up right now because I'm recording this prior to the giveaway being available. Once it's available, you can go ahead and do your normal click and then go ahead and be eligible for winning this pack, plus any giveaways that we do here in the near future. And I'm telling you, we are doing a lot of giveaways. We've already done a ton this week. So we will continue to do more. They may not be every day after this week, but they will be several times a week. So keep an eye on that. Tell your friends. And I hope you all have a fantastic day.